Yes, welcome back to the Andy TV channel. Really appreciate it. We're kicking off here with just a bit of race prep for the big Aussie title weekend. Just measuring the car, hanging out with the lads. Knowing where our car's at, especially on the scales. Pretty important, but pretty happy with it in the same breath. It's come up good. Done some of our changes to it, and it's quite interesting to see what we're on the scales. Anyway, part of this whole racing deal is making memories with the kids, staying at dodgy motels on the way, all the good stuff. Spend a night, not a fortune. No shit. Anyway, our dramas started, obviously, on the way up there. We had to start them somewhere, and limp mode for the old Everest. So, laboured it into town, and it's still there as we speak a week later. It's blown a head gasket, it's damaged the block, so we're obviously in negotiations with Ford at the moment. And it may affect us this weekend. We're meant to be heading to Mount Gambier for the state title. We're nominated, so we'll see. Being offered a few tow cars. Pretty keen to get down there to race against cars like this. I mean, they all turn out so well. This was a bit of a photo shoot we've done on day one. We didn't get much footage of practice because of all the efforts we were trying to put into sorting out the Everest. So we ended up getting one practice session. Missed out another one because I had the diff gears in the wrong way. Never done it before. But anyway, all the photo people come out, especially for this sort of stuff, like little Spite there. It was a good opportunity Wade and his crew have given us there to get extra TV time. We weren't really going to do it because it's so bloody hot and all the crap that we were going on with. But we went out there early in the morning just to do some car prep after practice. And we decided to put the car in the lineup and do all of this sort of stuff, and got some good photos out of it. So pretty grateful for that opportunity. It's going to be cool to see it turn out on SBS and the other outlets that it's going to be on. They all had us out there, 108 cars, doing a parade lap and that. It's pretty cool to be a part of. So part of the event, gets you sort of going a bit. You know, the atmosphere is pretty cool. And it's been one of the great events I've ever done. And especially with the car that turns out like that, so super happy with it. Here we are getting ready for Heat 1 though. We had some gremlins, you're going to see it in the video. We ended up changing all sorts of things, and it ended up being the coil pack of the F5.
Charlie and Wheel. Hodge. You've also got Cam O'Brien, the crunch dog. Egan. Working it back straight, we got Cowie in that fifth spot. Aaron Lawrence, contact just then with Egan, but we keep rocking. Andy Thomas in that battle as well for 8th position.
Cowie closing in on Hodge. This is the closest battle towards the front for 4th and 5th. Putting it across the bottom, Iwanau. Impossible to miss the black and pink W1. Putting pressure on Cowie now as well. Going the top is Egan. Andy Thomas just behind in the 95. Iwanau. Cowie comes after Hodge. Boy, that was a narrow miss. Hodge is shuffled upstairs and we go 3 wide on the main straightaway. Hodge is bulldozed in 1 and 2. And it's a domino effect back through the field. So Hodge holds on at 6, and in come Cowie and Iwanau. Egan, so Hodge in the 6th, Egan in the 7th, Andy Thomas, Aaron Lawrence, and the prayers Daryl Sloan with Daniel Dennis in the NT12. Back at the front though, it's all with Luke Wheel, who's 3/10 quicker than the current Aussie champ.
O'Brien in that 3rd spot. A lot of these guys only saw this track for the first time at practice yesterday. Wheel has done a few laps around this joint. Crew chief is his wife, Kirsty. It's usually just the two of them. It's a wonderful story. Boy, it's a long way back to 2nd. Sloan under some pressure right now from your NT12 of Daniel Dennis. Iwanau starting to make a bit of a run on O'Brien. Boy, Wheel is doing just that. Quickest car in the raceway by some significant margin. We worked the backstretch. Your leader won't get to traffic, and that's a good thing because there's 4 of them he would have caught, Liam.
Yeah, it's huge. Iwanau still battling with Crunch. In the 17, the West Aussie champ puts it to the inside of Crunch this time. White flag will wave. That means checkers will be at the ready this time for Luke Wheel, who dominates the first heat of the weekend at the Gateway Mildura 2025 Australian Wingless Sprint Title. A huge performance by Wheel. Monster drive as he rips away from the A1 of Jacob Jolly. Wheel has, of course, been to this venue before and been successful, so no major surprises there to see him skip away with the opening heat race win of the weekend.
Out there now for heat number 12, Andy Thomas, great character, starting on that pole position. Vickers right alongside, go back to Johnny Egan. Haven't seen the best yet from the Caxton Hat Cat. Let's see if he can get it done from the inside second row. In the end, it wasn't too bad for Andy, but not good for Egan.
Behind that, isn't it?
Not good for Egan.
It's very slick down low. They brought it to the start very slow indeed. They all seem happy so far though, settled into the groove. Egan was spat out the back of it and is slick across the bottom. Crunch found a big chunk of it then too. Cameron O'Brien found the slick right down low. Just catching a few of them off guard. Thorough though by Andy Thomas. He's found the middle of this racetrack again. That's been fast every heat race so far. There's the one part of the track that hasn't gone away. The right down low is slickened off, but right where Thomas is running now and Vickers is closing in rapidly. The Lewiston haulage number 98, Connor.
About to say, Vickers has got a really good line down pattern, really gaining some momentum on Thomas now as well, but Thomas knows that he's got a bit of pressure on his back door as well now.
Getting to the business end of this, Andy Thomas doing the job. We are working heat number 12. Pressure is right on. Egan coming after Bedison as well.
Yeah, Malitho's going to be a big part of that mix as well, with Wheel right their way in that 3-4 diamonds.
Egan and Belitho, Connor, you're right, Belitho.
And Wheel.
Hail Mary coming up on Egan. Belitho slides up track. Egan gives him plenty of room. And Belitho another spot. Next, he'll come after Jeremy Bedison. Belitho has looked solid, but here comes Luke Wheel closing in on the battle. Thomas and Vickers have sailed away. The one to watch right now is Belitho. Bedison.
There he goes. Wheel on Belitho with the big slider to move into that third position now. Belitho really going to try and get away with some fresh air in front of him now as well.
Thomas, oh, we could go. It's Aaron Lawrence. Octopus on the Snapchats. Andy Thomas will be filthy about that because that is a real issue. 7th, Diesel Fallon in 8th. Jakey Warren. Aaron Lawrence, he calls it Ugly Betty, the V70. Doesn't like the way it
have been in this heat race too, mind you.
I like it.
Very loose.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Oh, has Thomas got trouble? Oh, that's devastating for Andy. And we'll go yellow.
Wow.
Something went wrong with the 95. Brett will run down there and find out. Brett Ireland on the spot to find out what happened, and Andy drives away from him like so many people have. Left him on the side of the road like he was standing outside the Murray Bridge Hotel.
Was he going again?
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. You sort of got hooked up with Vickers there coming out of turn 4, so I'm not sure whether the Nerf bar's actually interlocked and he thought he had an issue.
In second spot, Jordan Belitho. Wheel is closing in, but the checkers will fall. Well done, Hayden Vickers. That's a big result too. Bedison, Stout for 4th, John Egan in our 5th place. You then go back to Cam O'Brien, Diesel Fallon, Aaron Lawrence, Jake Warren. Man, Andy Thomas, you don't have to be dead to be stiff.
Yeah,
He will
that
be
is brutal.
filthy about that. Andy had the quickest lap too. 15:1:26.
Andy Thomas next door, he's not real happy either. He was leading his second heat, started from pole, leading all the way, 1 lap to go, and there was a yellow, a caution, and then on the restart something went wrong. So we'll sneak in here. I'm sure he won't mind us videoing it. I think he's gone out the front to calm down a bit. So we'll sneak in here and have a word to the boys and see what's going on. What's happening, guys?
It's dying. It just keeps dying as soon as we get off the throttle. It just keeps cutting out.
Has some real good races and then just little things go wrong, so they're not too sure. I think Sam's going to get our computer system off and swap it over and see if that helps Andy for the feature race tonight. Oops, oh, it's got his the other side. Down a bit?
Oh, I'd have a little bit of a cry. I'll be honest.
You were bloody flying. Yellow.
You know, and this is what we got. It's fine. Like, same in that first heat. It started breaking down halfway through, and so we've changed so much stuff on this car previously that we're finding new stuff is breaking all the time, and I don't know. I try and look after my gear as well, and you know, it just sucks being so fast and then nothing. I'd rather have been last and pull in, you know, and I'd just be laughing, but at least we know we got speed. We just gotta
Look good out there. Okay, well, it's
Right, have fun. Last one tonight. See you, Benny's behind you.
Alright, cheers, Betty.
Time to go, Liam.
Someone hasn't gone. It's not going to affect our start though. Someone's retiring in field. And Martin gets to the top. Where does Warren pull out? He goes to the top with him. Iowa now through the middle. Wow! Was there track there to work with?
And he didn't use anybody up. That's the cool part of it. Blake Ivanhoe. So Tyson Martin back in second. Evans looks to put the bomber in. Slides up track. Brad Warren will get him back. Then you're going to go back to Cooper Wilson. The Tasmanian's doing a stellar job. But how about this guy from Perth right now?
Showing him the way around a slick track, isn't he? Looks very solid.
The amount of weight he's got over on that right rear. The grip that he does.
He's opening up a bit of ground, and I can't recall the last time I saw someone drive by Tyson and drive away. Evans too. Daniel Evans.
I was now really opening up that lead a bit, but in a moment could have some serious pressure if Evans manages to get past Martin, but Martin with some serious speed to try and keep Evans back a bit as Evans pushes up into the Martin a bit and less.
Look at what they go to the bottom, Liam. He's upstairs in 1 and 2, but in 3 and 4 is down the bottom. Just trying to find something different. What a job for the WA champion right now, Liam.
Solid out in front. The sort of track is built for him. Martin is upstairs. Evans, if he gets in close enough, you know the slider's going to come. They're starting to spread out just a little. 13 laps remaining this time. Boy, it's bunched up. They're throwing bangers in.
Yes, that was Taylor. Thomas, you're right, yes. Both the West Aussies are in the top 10 here. Hayden Hicks, oh, he's just gone outside to 11th now because Matthew Tyler gone by him.
And you're looking Martin coming into the corners now, gains a bit of momentum. As I say that, unfortunately, watches up to the marbles a bit, but Martin really quick coming into the corners, and now Evans gets a bit of a chance on Martin.
Andy Thomas out again. racy in the field. It's not going to matter a whole lot now.
What's up, computer? Coil pack. Huh? Coil pack. As soon as it gets hot. Yeah.
But man, that was racy.
Fuck, it was fun, eh? I threw it down in there. It just cracked after that, and I was like, oh! But then I was like, man, there's no hole here. Fuck it, I just go through the middle. Yeah. It was so much fun. I don't know if I pushed. Anyway, whatever, I didn't give a fuck.
No, man. Like eight positions.
Oh, did I?
8 positions.
Yeah, first 5 laps.
Oh well, thanks for the computer, mate. Shit.
Windows 98.
Coming across the track that, you know, can affect it, especially with the wing, but I don't know if it's going to be 20 pound different going the other way in a wingless.
Just going to say that usually the air gets underneath the wing, which can lighten it up. So we're going to go green this time. Normal to lead. Miller, expect Travis Miller to be a real force here.
Yeah, and there he goes, looking for that first position now as well. What a battle for 1 and 2. It came very close there as well between the two cars, and Miller and Norval now, Wade.
Gee, look at this. Evans as well. Daniel Evans starting to make the top work as he comes after Tasmanian teenager. Cooper Wilson. Norbs leading at the moment. 3 wide battle looming here as well. Siri getting in. A nice drive from Cooper Wilson.
2 packs of near 3 wide there as well. There's nothing separating these 3, 4, back to 7th position now as well. We've got some really racy cars on the track right now.
Man, Norval, very smooth, and to be driving away Brett Island on someone like Trav Miller, this is a big, big job for Thomas Norval.
Yeah, this is huge. Trav's one of those guys who runs sedan right rear as opposed to the wingless or your normal sprint car right rear. We saw Daniel Hardigan win 2 Australian titles running the same thing, but it's a little bit hit and miss depending on the track. It can bite in and give you the extra drive, but sometimes it doesn't quite give you the footprint when you're chasing on the track.
5 laps to go, and so far it's one-way traffic. Like you said, Brett, track's still a little bit moist, and you can hardly blame Darren McCarthy for the way the track is right now. He didn't want it to dry out. Boy, look at him run on the top as well. That's going to be Andy Thomas. Spectacular looking car. Evans looks quick as well, but boy, Norval driving away from him, Brad.
Yeah, he still managed to pull away, just smooth. It's a lot different being out front. You just concentrate on hitting your marks and just doing what you need to do rather than watching the guy in front of you and not necessarily hitting where you need to be.
So I don't know if we would have got a photo of our heat race winner, Kyle Mock, because we took a random and the winner of the heat race, but Kyle Mock currently listed as the winner of heat 23. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Norval stomping away here, Connor.
Yeah, big battle for that Siri and the Wilson position for Smith even in there as well. Kind of going to be some very close racing, hopefully not too much contact, but man, these guys are going to throw everything on the line because every heat and every position matters, especially on such a big event.
Nice little battle looming between Wilson and Siri, and then back to nice run just then. My phone just lit up. Every time I say Siri, when I go to mention his name, my phone goes into Siri mode. Nice job for Thomas Norval.
Shot 74 up and about. Front row is Samet and Hammerstein. Back to Hodge and Fallon. A big couple of front rows with just 2 spots on offer. Lights are out. Green flag wave. C-Main number 1. And it's on early. So they get through 1 and 2. Slick on the bottom. Hodge settles into 3. Samet is your early leader.
Whoa.
Are the elbows out this early? Of course they are.
That was Walkley in that DDM Motorsport entry out of Tasmania. Your leader is Corey Samet from Riley Hammerstein. Ben Hodge back to Diesel Fallon. Mason Merritt now slides through on Diesel, and here comes the Hodge doctor.
Come on, Hodge. He's right upstairs. God, he'd like to join up in the pits if he could get through to a B here. It's getting closed in rapidly by Mason Merritt as well. But Hodge has got a hot piece under him. The stern operator just ahead though is Riley Hammerstein. It's going to be a hell of a battle with just the 2 spots on offer, boys.
Hodge looks really good working that outside, looks to make the move this time round. Got to be patient though, because now under a lot of pressure from Merritt now, Liam.
Yeah, Merritt seeking the inside groove on Hammerstein. Merritt's making the inside work. Oh, they're getting tangled together. Hodge is still quick.
Oh, wow, he's quick to close.
Huge.
Just watching him with Hammerstein, who also has that acre dirt kart history. Samet's got a nice little lead. His dad, Michael, pretty handy racer back in the day as well. Hammerstein under pressure again, and now look at Merritt closing in.
Merritt got the top side. That's where you want to be right now. It's the quickest part of the joint, but Hammerstein's doing a hell of a job to make it too wide as Hodge rips to the inside. Can he turn it back on Hammerstein?
Yeah, you just saw that left rear of Hodge lift as he jumped on the brakes big time to get that thrown in, and Hodge moves into that second position now over Hammerstein. Gonna have to work really hard.
Oh, this is some of the best work I've seen from Benny Hodge. Looks very good. The boys back in Wyndham Vale are light up if Hodge can lock it into the show.
6 laps to go. Oh, Merritt.
Push.
Oh, that could have been rather awkward to say the least. He got a push but managed to pull it up. So Hodge into P2. Hammerstein in 3rd. Merritt in 4th. Backed into Smith. Jeremy Smith in the T5. Then he go back to 6th. Raymond Wallace out of the territory. Another one of our Territorians, sponsored by the world famous Humpty-Doo Hotel.
Car spun at the back of the field. Keeps it going though is Thomas. He's had a grueling weekend to say the least as Andy Thomas. If anything, can Hodge close in on your race leader now? He was quicker that time around. If he gets anywhere near it, he should be pretty happy to settle for 2nd. There's still 3 big ones left to run. But Hodge, one of the fastest cars on the racetrack.
Merritt coming back at Hammerstein again. Big battle for 3rd. It's of little consequence if they can't get through to 2nd. But I'm just watching Jeremy Smith, the outgoing Tasmanian state champ. He's making a run as well. We now have 3 cars in this battle for 3rd place.
Merritt takes that 3rd position back now as Hammerstein comes straight back through to claim it again. What a battle. As you said, Wade, we've got on to 3rd, 4th and 5th now.
Smith is desperate to get in the show. The bad news is, unless he gets a caution, it's not going to happen here. Corey Samet, the Sydney sider, will read and rock it home. Well done, Samet. Hodge was closing in, Liam.
Massive from Benny Hodge. Oh, you love to see it. Checkers waving. C-Main, number 1. Fairly well controlled by Corey Samet. Fastest car on the racetrack with a 14.840 set pretty early in that one. Corey Samet in the VX74.
Oh, well, I tried. It's fucking great. Driving your ass off. That was good, though.
Yeah, I think I overdrove a bit.
Looked like fun.
Yeah,
It looked like fun.
Come on.
But no missing?
Nah.
Oh.